Why did I choose to become a doctor on social media? Why did I choose to produce content? And why should or could you do that? These questions I get asked frequently, and I want to ask you the same question, and I want to also answer your question today in this video. So hi and welcome on my channel. If you like my videos, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. This really helps. And also leave a like if you like my content. So let's jump into it, guys. The question is, why did I choose social media? As a matter of fact, I did struggle for a long time with the idea of social media. So yes, it is true, I was on Facebook like many people in my peer group were. Yes, I am that old. But I struggled for a long time coming into Instagram and later on TikTok as well, because I did not quite get the idea of just sharing photos. Why would you do that? I mean, it felt sort of strange. But I love photos and I love making photos. So I sort of tried going into Instagram, not as a content creator, but just as a regular person with, I don't know, 40 followers, and those were my peer group. But I found out there's some people out there who do that professionally. And most of them produce content that is, well, I wouldn't say that valuable, but there's also some people, a tiny fraction, that produce really valuable content. So content that you will learn something from, and you get something from looking at it and from reading the captions or watching the videos. And I like this idea because I always liked to teach and educate people. In the past few years, I've had a lot of experience in teaching students, medical students, paramedics, whatsoever. And I always liked that, and I like the idea of sharing my knowledge. As I started doing my medical channel on Instagram, there were a lot of struggles, especially in the beginning. And so it was a tough time to go through, but as it progressed, I saw that my stories were watched by 70, 80, 90, then 100, 200, 400, 1,000 people. And I thought, wow, I would never be able to fill a lecture hall with 1,000 people because I don't even know a lecture hall that would fit 1,000 people. So that was amazing. And as it went on, I mean, I have videos on TikTok that had hundreds of thousands of views. And that's just, I don't know, it's amazing. And it's sort of also frightening at the same time, I don't know. But it's definitely amazing. So you can share your knowledge. You can share to a certain extent your opinions. I mean, my personal opinions are always marked as my personal opinions. When it comes to medicine and science, I always go with the current state of science. Yeah, so that's very important to me, and I also try to make that very clear. And so creating a channel with an audience that I have some people in there that really like my content and they really profit from me sharing my knowledge. I really like this idea. I learned in my life as a doctor from my patients, not necessarily from my social media audience, but from my patients, that many people don't know a lot about medicine. And yeah, why would they? I'm in medicine, I studied medicine, I work as a doctor, I do nothing but medicine every day, every single day. So yeah, I know a lot about it. And so there's a lot of, I would say, trivial issues in medicine for me. They're very trivial. But for the everyday Joe out there, those issues are not trivial. He doesn't know about it, or she. So if I explain things to my patients, they're often very thankful because they just didn't know it. They didn't know better. And most of the time they're very happy to get answers and explanations. And that's what I wanted to convert into social media, to just a bigger audience, you know, just to spread some sort of medical knowledge. So the idea was to talk about basic medical knowledge and also to, well, more established medical issues as well. It's very difficult to find the balance. I learned that. But I sort of try, and there's a lot of hate out there, so it's not easy being on social media because there's a lot of people talking smack about you, especially, I mean, I experienced that a lot on TikTok when I'm talking about controversial topics. Well, I wouldn't say controversial, but it seems controversial, such as the COVID vaccines. So I go with science. I have my point where I'm standing, and a lot of people don't confirm what I say, or they just don't go with my opinions. And that's okay. And you can also say that. That's all right with me. But the way this is communicated is most of the time not okay. So people are very aggressive. They're very, very rude. Yeah. There's things I have to read. I would never write to anyone. Why would I? So I don't get it, and I'm sure, 100% sure, that those people would never say those things to me if they were faced with me face to face. Never. Yeah, no chance. Maybe 1 out of 10,000. Yeah, there's rude idiots out there, but most of the people, they wouldn't dare. I guarantee that. And this sort of makes me think, well, ignore them. You can't ignore them always, because sometimes they're creating ideas in the comment section that you have to stop because it's just BS, you know? And well, that's difficult, but that's another topic. So haters are out there, haters will hate, and this makes being on social media not that easy all the time, but that's okay. That's another issue, and this leads to the question if I want to continue with social media. And honestly, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. For the time being, yes, because I get a lot of great feedback too, and this is very motivating. People are very thankful and grateful for the content and for the knowledge that they get from my content, and this makes me happy. And even if I'm able to, well, make 10 or 50 people think about, let's say as an example, the COVID-19 vaccines again in a different way, do their own research and convince them to make a better decision, the right decision. I wouldn't say that, that's probably too direct again, and I don't want to get hate comments, but a better decision and a decision that they thought a lot about, then I'm happy. And I played a part in this whole game. So that's the idea, that's the way I got into doing social media and into producing content. And I hope that this video was also interesting to you. It doesn't contain medical knowledge, but was a rather personal video today. If you like this video, if you like my other videos and my content, please subscribe to the channel. This really helps. Click the like, maybe leave a comment. I'm also always open, for new ideas, discussions, and new topics that you want to tackle in the future. So that's all I got for today. Stay healthy, and I will see you in the next video.